At the forefront of storytelling is QUT's Situated Creative Practice, a course where young Australian artists explore their voice and experiment with their craft. For most students, this will be their last project before entering the real world, a final test before officially starting their career in the industry. Working as a creative artist is no easy task. It requires quick thinking and persistence to work with a large team of people and with a whole lot of passion. Situated Creative Practice offers a variety of different projects to work on. There are end-of-year short film productions, the brand new drama podcast from Blatherskite, and there are extremely talented music artists coming out of QUT's record label Vermilion Records. Unfortunately, this isn't one of those projects. This is a project that takes you behind the curtains and investigates why these artists do what they do, why they tell their stories. This behind-the-scenes documentary will follow Vermilion Records artist Dublin Rose, a rising indie pop star based in Brisbane. Dylan Hyde, a young actor, steps into a new role producing a hit musical comedy podcast. Sophia directs the new horror comedy Pizza Fright, inspired straight from the 80s.
My name is Dublin Rose. I'm in a band with 3 boys, Jake, who plays guitar, Pat, who plays the drums, and Sammy, who plays the bass. And I sing and play the guitar as well. They're just literally like my best friends now. I only met them in semester 1. Sorry guys. That I met through Vermilion Records, which is the student-run record label. Yeah, and it's been a great year having done that. We had just finished class, and then the boys and I had like a good long rehearsal and figured out exactly what our set list was. Then slowly I saw all my friends arrived because I had convinced so many people to come, and it was just amazing, like looking over, like it was so full and I could just see everyone, and I felt like I was a pop star, you know. Try not to so fun, like the atmosphere is incredible. The whole voting process is based on drink tokens. They had already run out of the tokens by the end of our set list before the other band had even gone on, so they had to instead, for the rest of the night, use cardboard cutlery. And instead of having like the big jars where they were putting in the little tokens, they had to get out massive tubs because the cutlery wouldn't fit in.
Final token tally. Dublin Rose, you were first up.
They do it in such a funny way where they announced ours first and they said,
you guys managed to amass a huge, mammoth 625 tokens!
It was actually like a movie. We were all in this big huddle, the band and I, and then everyone was surrounding us. And
the Rose, you guys were next up. You guys managed to get a final vote of 300.
And it was just like we were all jumping for so long, and then I had to give my little speech, and like I teared up, and it was so embarrassing, but it was fun. I really appreciate it. We're gonna use the $4,000 really good. Guess what? We have an EP. We're recording it like literally we're in the studio like every single weekend, like 20 billion hours. And we're gonna get it properly like mixed and mastered. It's gonna be radio ready.
What do you plan to, or have already spent the $4,000 on?
Well, we are gonna put it towards splitting it between the band, and the other half is going towards mixing and mastering some upcoming releases.
What is next on the radar for Dublin Rose?
Well, I'm just really hoping to release more music. That's the dream. I just want people to be able to hear the songs and like play it in their car and, you know, dance around. The song that is coming out, I actually wrote when I was in grade 11, when I was 16, and it was just such a good song, but now it's adapted with the band. So I'm glad I waited a while to record it. It used to be just me and the guitar like singing along, and now it's like this full like rocky band song, and it's so cool. And it was just this little sweet love song like that I wrote in grade 11. Then just keep recording and recording, get on that grind, and keep performing, maybe tour. That's not gonna happen next year. Well, actually, who knows? Who knows? But that'd be a dream. We just had to say that, we just heard that, and we figured it all out. I was in here like an hour ago, wrote a few things, boom, Sammy comes in, writes a flawless bass line, and Pat just played this for the first time just then. God, no good is all I can say.
Something good.
Shall I do it one more time?
My name is Dylan Hyde, and I am the audio production team for Blatherskite. And it's about a teacher who, she used to be on Broadway, used to be musical, and that kind of career failed for her. So now she's at a primary school teaching these kids, and her records of what she's done to get into this school is a bit fraudulent. I don't want to spoil too much because people should go check it out. In Tune with Miss Q. The story it's very funny because it's like a musical comedy. Because I am all part of the audio production team, and I've never really done a role like this before. So I was kind of finding a way that I can put my own spin onto something, and then seeing that this was a comedy podcast, that's kind of the realm I'm more comfortable with. So like it's like a new experience because musicals is not really my jazz. But the comedy aspect and the story of it was what drew me to it.
Miss Q makes the fun never end.
She reminds me of someone almost like an old friend.
Miss Q, we have fun, she's a mystery.
I wonder who she used to be, because she's the only star we see.
Fine, fine, everything's fine. A stained reputation will fade over time, until stains fade, just hide them away. Hidden is safe, and so hidden they'll stay. Hidden they'll stay.
Because when we first had the rundown from the person who actually knows what they're talking about, they're like, all right, this is the technology we're going to be working with, and these are the mics, and this is everything. It was pretty overwhelming because previous semester I just sat in front of the mic and I just, did my little spiel. But this time I was, I felt like a deer in the headlights. I was a bit naked and afraid. But then you slowly start to like pick up things, and it starts to rewire your brain. And I think at things from a different perspective now because of that. And I think that'll strengthen my own creative practice.
Miss Q! Miss Q!
Oh, Kayla, what's wrong?
There's a fight in the playground! A fight! In the playground! Come quick, you have to stop it!
Oh dear.
You worked with Sam, did you not?
Yeah, Sam, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So he is my mentor. Officially and unofficially, because obviously he is still a student. Because he is a member of Dublin Rose, which you guys are covering as well. But Sam, very knowledgeable guy, very relaxed. So I think that kind of helped when he was like, yeah, you just do this, man. Like, it'll be sweet. I was like, you know what? If Sam says it'll be sweet, it'll be sweet.
Does that seem sort of far away from the mic or not?
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
Okay. So let's just get the last little bit while we're in this one of when Miss Q comes in.
Oh, it was so much fun. It was so much fun because, I'm going to keep harping on it. It was a comedy podcast. So just like all the moments in the studio were just a lot of fun. I record my own podcast outside of uni, so that was one of the other reasons where I was like, maybe I should learn a skill through uni. If I'm paying this degree, they should teach me something.
God.
Welcome back to the Shit Talk Show.
Wow.
That was ad-lib.
That was great.
So just being able to do other things with my own creative practice and feeling like I can be a bit more independent in my own skills, the fact that I could work on both sides of the camera has kind of given me some more confidence, because now we're stepping out into the big wide world, graduating, so you got to find something to do, something to stick your name onto. So I feel like I'm more confident in my own work now and in producing my own work. I've always thought stand-up comedy is where my heart lies, and that's definitely something I'm going to go down, but you got to fill the time with stuff. So I could be editing a drama podcast. What it is, I don't know yet. My ability to try something different and learn something different is kind of what I've taken away from this SCP, because the first one was me performing, and then this next one for me to be part of audio production. I wasn't expecting it, but it's kind of what I've always been, told, where you got to be like a multiple threat. You got to do all these different things, but things that I can do, like audio production, and these ways that I can strengthen my own skill, have really excited me about the journey that I've gone through. And yeah, I'm really happy about where I've come to.
My name is Sophia. I'm the director of Pizza Fry. I don't know, I'm a massive movie person, and I just wanted to be able to combine all the things I wanted and make something that I'd want to watch and I'd want to see. The process of creating Gorg was that we wanted to create something that was somewhat original, but also pulling from as many different influences we could. As you can see, he kind of looks a little bit like Cookie Monster, but obviously has his own, orange eyes and yellow fluff, and he's just a bit quirky. I feel the need to use practical effects because, in perfect honesty, it's a student film, and I think we lean into what our budget actually is and lead into what our actual skill set is. We get the best possible outcome, and I don't think that we were going to be getting a CGI monster. But also, I am a big fan of the practical effects, and that's comes from a lot of the films I was influenced by growing up, so I wanted to bring one of those in. When devising a shot, I like to make it as dynamic and memorable as possible, but get the best out of the performer, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are doing justice to the story, to the script, and if you can get them looking good, you're going to get your story looking good. I don't think nervous is the right word for how I feel when directing. A little bit stressed, sure. Do I feel the pressure? Definitely. But it's good nerves. It's good vibes. The energy that's flowing through is the fun stuff. Like, it feels natural to me, and I'm doing something I love. I'm getting to do the thing I always wanted to do. So I think there's just too much gratitude around that for me to get too nervous. The personal growth that went with it, I think that everyone stepped away having learnt something. More so about themselves than filmmaking, which I guess does help filmmaking, but just how to work with others and how to communicate with one another was a big thing I think that we all stepped away with, and understanding our own personal boundaries and weaknesses and strengths when it came to the high pressure situations.
So we're filming the final, we're filming scene 18 in Pizza Fry. This is the final scene where we're doing a zoom in, and this is the setup with Nick on camera, Ben pushing him along.
My biggest weakness is probably asking for help, and I think in having so many people around, it meant that I had to sort of step out of my comfort zone and ask for help. and because it was such a big production, directing people in what they need to do as a large crew, I think it helped that a lot of us had worked together before and there was some already established relationships there, but it's that afterwards going, was that the best thing? Did I say what I need to say? Did that, reflect what I want the script to say? And it's just that after self-doubt. But in the moment, I think that I trust my instincts and I try to be intuitive, and I've learned to now, in the after fact, have less of that nervous about what I said and be like, no, you trusted yourself, you went with what felt right, and that's the best you can do. I like to be adventurous, assertive, and authentic to myself, and I think that being a director allows you to do that. It allows you to stand up for yourself, stand up for what you believe in, and try a lot of new things, and I think that was very exciting to me and rewarding, and I love it.
We've seen musicians building their platform and creating their first music. We've seen directors leading a demanding and creatively testing production. We've seen students step outside their comfort zones and perform new roles in their degree. For a lot of students, this has been a 3-year-long journey. University is a time when we discover our passions and our style, and is our first step to a professional career. There's a long winding road filled with challenges and obstacles. Soon these students will be stepping out into the great unknown, the real world. It is scary and uncertain, but they are doing this for a reason, because they love it. And if you love it, you'll live for it.